Good Number 2 is a comedy podcast. Please don't take anything that we say as advice or fact. Also, this show contains explicit language.
We're in a garden right now. We're in a beautiful garden.
That was the wrong one.
You unplugged... What did you unplug?
A USB cable. That was the wrong one. There we go.
You ruined... We're in a fucking beautiful garden, and you just unplugged the entire beautiful fountain we had.
Well, you shouldn't have the whole garden rely on one single USB fountain.
It was a beautiful marble statue of a bull with one horn coming out of its head, and the horn was shooting out water. And you plucked it out.
What's the difference between like a bull with one horn and just a really buff unicorn?
A bull has udders. Unicorn don't have udders.
Bulls don't have udders.
Bulls
by definition are
hey,
the male version of cow.
Yeah, but like,
So
does a bull still have nipples?
I mean, do males have nipples?
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. I don't think horses have nipples like the bulls.
What?
Or unicorns.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Unicorns maybe don't have nipples, but horses definitely do.
They do, but not like bulls' nipples. I mean, that's the difference between a buff. You asked me. Listen, man. You asked me the question. I'm just answering it.
I've never seen a bull with my own two eyes, so I'm kind of not the right person to.
Have I? I have. I haven't looked underneath them.
That's actually the only part of a bull I've seen. Is
the underside?
The underneath, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh, yeah.
The bull, you were doing bull riding, but different.
Yeah, the words meant something else. I, for a while, was trying to get access to the AI chat GPT thing.
Yes.
You acting surprised.
What?
Like, what? This is news to me. No, so I signed up like a couple weeks ago for it.
Yeah.
And then they emailed me when it was open. And then I went in. And I was trying to think of like... what I wanted was to get what AI thought a good podcast would be.
Because that's...
the future.
That's the truth, yeah.
Because we have synthetic voice software. We have the AI for the ideas. So it's combining the two. Well, we don't have the synthetic voices. We just have our real voices for today.
This is good, though, because as per your contract, 200 podcasts a week. So this is helping you get the content out. Yeah.
This will get one of them. So I've sent you the results.
Ding! Oh, that's a notification.
Wow.
On my mobile device.
I definitely didn't send it to you earlier, and we're just setting it up now for the purposes of the podcast.
What?
So I also include
Al script.
AI script.
Oh, Al! I thought it was. All right.
Sure.
Moving on.
I also wrote down what the prompts were that I gave it.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first prompt that I gave it, because I messed around for a little bit before. I was like asking it like math and whatever boring shit, and then I was like, oh, I should use this for the podcast. So my first prompt was, please write a podcast conversation between two hosts about a funny interaction they had at a restaurant.
I just want to say I love that you started with the word
I was
please,
say,
right?
it just felt wrong. Like I did a couple prompts where I was like, give me this. And I was like, oh, that feels wrong.
Okay. This is you're coming out ahead of AI overlords and you're like,
I want it to know that I care.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm being polite.
Dude, in university I made a robot that was like, this is real, but it was like a robot that was a bunch of sensors. And it was supposed to be like a robot buddy for your household robot. So it has a bunch of sensors that let it know if it's in danger. And I advertised it as that. It was like it was Steve the robot or something. I can't remember.
Senses danger.
Senses danger, and it helps. It's like a pet for your robot. It's a robot pet for your robot.
The one that I did was... because I also took the robots course. But the one I did was, it had a light sensor on it. Yeah. And then when the lights were turned off, it was afraid of the dark, so it would sing to itself to like calm itself down.
That's sweet.
So when the lights turned off, it went or whatever the song was, I don't remember, and spun in like little circles. So that was almost as advanced as the AI that I messaged.
Almost.
It's pretty close.
I think mine was better.
Yeah, AI could never reach the heights that you reached with that project.
6 sensors attached to one board. Oh my god, what will they think of next?
I want to, there's host 1 and host 2 in this prompt. I don't care who's who, so if you want to pick...
We should just zigzag.
No. Because I will spoil, there's a couple more that also use host 1, host 2.
Okay.
So we'll stick with the same role from prompt to prompt.
By the way, the weather's going crazy today.
Yeah,
it's like stormy weather.
There was those giant snowflakes this morning. I don't know if you saw that,
just
big
for like
fat ones.
5 seconds, and then it's gone. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll be host number 2.
Okay, cool. I'll be host 1.
Good number 2. Shout out Good Number 2, the only podcast that comes at you live from the land of Chicago, baby. It's so windy. Chicago.
Oh, the Windy City.
The Windy City.
Oh,
it's real windy. It's gonna rain.
Chicago.
I had some gooey duck the other day at Chicago's famous seafoods.
I was going to say deep dish pizza, but I guess that also works.
Hey, man, if your understanding of Chicago is so surface level, I think you need to go out more.
Get a Chicago-style dog.
Get their dog. Get their seafood. There are a lot of good seafood.
Get their cheddar caramel popcorn.
Whoa. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicago mix, I think it's called. Anyways, I'm host number 1, so I'll start us off. So far, this episode has just been you bringing up things that we've done already.
Yeah. It's called. Yeah, I'm keeping. You're bringing in the new listeners. I'm retaining them.
Okay, you're for the diehard old heads.
Yeah, man.
From like 3 weeks ago.
I'm gonna be referencing Jinx and also Jinx isn't like a bit. Jinx is real.
You didn't invent a friend. Jinx?
Huh?
You didn't invent that?
No. Oh. I have a friend who Jinx is very fucking real with, and it's a real. It's a whole thing.
It's life or death.
Yeah, Jinx and yellow car safety.
I don't know what that means.
It's like when you see a yellow car, you're supposed to like give the other person can't speak. Give the other person a light punch, and then go yellow car safety, and then it's just like you get to punch each other when you see a yellow car. So it's pretty. It gets violent. We've used bloody knuckles.
Wow.
All right, host number 1. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna reread the prompt because it's been a while since I read it. Yeah. So just okay. Prompt 1: please write a podcast conversation between 2 hosts about a funny interaction they had at a restaurant. Okay, this is result number 1. Welcome to the Foodie Folly podcast.
Foodie Folly.
That's not in the script.
What?
You can't freestyle.
Oh, I can't freestyle.
It's exactly what the AI gave us.
We have to. Okay, fine.
Because if the AI is taking over podcasts, it's telling us what we can say.
Okay.
Let's try again. Scene. Welcome to the Foodie Folly podcast, where we share our funny, quirky, and sometimes embarrassing experiences at restaurants. Today, I want to share a story with you all about a recent dinner I had with our co-host, Host 2.
Yeah, and what a dinner it was. I went to this fancy Italian restaurant, and the moment we sat down, the waiter brought us a basket of bread.
And being the carb lovers that we are, we were so excited to dive into that basket.
But as soon as I took my first bite of the bread, I noticed, dude, something was off.
And that's when Host 2 said the most hilarious thing ever.
I turned to the waiter and I asked, "Excuse me, is this bread gluten-free?"
And the look on the waiter's face was priceless. He was so taken aback that he just stared at us for a few seconds.
And then he finally said, "No, it's not gluten-free. It's just bread."
We couldn't stop laughing for a good 5 minutes. We were both so embarrassed, but it was just too funny.
And the best part, every time the waiter came to our table, he would give us this look like he was still trying to figure out what was wrong with us.
And that's what makes dining out so much fun. You never know what kind of hilarious moments you'll experience.
Agreed. That's why we love to share these moments with all of our listeners. So next time you're at a restaurant and you have a funny moment, make sure to share it with us.
And that's all for today's episode of Foodie Folly. Tune in next week for more of our food-filled adventures.
Bon appetit!
So,
wow,
review.
Kill me. That was hell.
Don't put that down.
I want to put it down.
There's
I don't
more.
want to read more.
There's more.
These suck.
So that was number 1. So I got that back from the AI.
This reads like a Katy Perry song.
Yeah, and I like that the whole joke of the podcast, this fictional podcast, was it's not gluten-free, it's just bread.
Yeah, arguably could work. It's a joke that I think could work. Just
not like
this. Not like this.
So I got that back and I was like, this isn't really funny and it's kind of boring. So I said prompt number 2 was, that was okay, but can you rewrite that with more surreal comedy elements?
Ooh.
Okay, so let's go again.
Do you want to switch roles, or are we beholden to our?
Let's stay with our roles, because then you can really see the difference between the two versions. Okay. Greetings and salutations, foodie fanatics. Welcome to the Foodie Folly podcast, where dining out is never just a meal, it's a wild and wacky adventure. Today, we'll be sharing a tale from our recent dinner escapade that took a turn for the surreal.
That's right, host 1, we found ourselves at this fancy Italian eatery, and as soon as the waiter brought us the bread basket, we knew we were in for a treat.
Little did we know that treat would take a turn for the absurd. I took a bite of the bread, and suddenly, everything changed.
I feel like this should be a little more like mystery podcast.
Okay, less like ham it up. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Little did we know that treat would take a turn for the absurd. I took a bite of the bread, and suddenly, everything changed.
The bread started speaking to me. It said, "I'm not just any dry old bread. I'm a magic, gluten-free loaf with the power to transport you to another dimension."
And before I knew it, we were transported to a world where bread was the ruling class, and all other food were their humble servants.
We met the Bread King, who offered us a job as court jesters, entertaining the masses with our funny antics.
What funny things have we done so far?
I mean, we ordered bread, and that was pretty
hilarious.
funny.
That's
because
true.
we were like, "Hey, is this gluten-free bread?" And the guy was like, "It's just bread."
But we quickly realized that in this world, making jokes about gluten-free bread was a crime punishable by banishment to the land of soggy toast.
So, we had to improvise, and came up with some surreal comedy skits featuring sentient condiments and a song and dance number about the importance of crustiness.
And it was a hit. We were crowned the official court comedians of the Bread Kingdom.
But as the sun started to set, and the magic of the bread began to fade, we found ourselves back in the Italian restaurant, still munching on that same loaf of bread.
And that, my friends, is just a taste of the kind of wild and wacky experiences you can expect on Foodie Folly. Tune in next week for another serving of surreal food comedy.
Buono appetito!
Yeah, buon appetito. Okay.
That was I kind of like that. I was into the
You
bread
want to know
kingdom.
why? When I looked that over, I didn't do a full read of any of these when they came through. I just copied and pasted.
Yeah.
When I looked that one over, I was like, this sounds like an episode of Rick and Morty.
I turned myself into bread!
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
Oh.
you bite the bread, and then you go to the bread kingdom, and you're the court jester. Like, that could be a Rick and Morty episode. You
Yeah.
know?
That's crazy. I would love to be a part. What kind of comedy would you do? At a bread
At a bread thing?
Like, we know we can't do gluten-free, Jeff.
No. I think I would just do like a comedy song about the different types of bread. You know?
Like sourdough,
rye.
Sourdough.
I mean, it's hilarious. Clearly the AI is onto something, you know?
Yeah.
Bread is so funny.
I just like that the common denominators here are Italian restaurant, bread-related things.
Gluten-free bread.
Gluten-free bread has been brought up. So I want to know what kind of other subliminal messaging this AI is going to give us.
Yeah. I also like that it just directly stated what the point of the prompt was. At one point it's like, surreal comedy. It's like, okay, very obvious now.
I think once we get enough episodes, we should feed it our episodes and then see what it comes up with.
So I did do a prompt, a third one.
Ooh.
And this is I think going to be the best one because it's had a couple shots at it, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So I said for prompt 3.
Artificial intelligence. It's learning. Yes.
For prompt 3, I said, okay, because I was a little fed up at this point. I said, okay, now take that story and rewrite it in the style of David Lynch. So specifically asking it to do David Lynch took a long time. It took like 10 or 15 minutes to generate.
I had to watch all of its movies.
Yeah.
All of its movies.
Yeah, David Lynch is an it.
Is not a human being.
It did take, the other ones were like way quicker. They were like 15 seconds, but okay. This is the last one, I promise. There's nothing after this.
I'm happy.
Okay, me too. Okay. Greetings, dear listeners. Welcome to the Foodie Folly podcast, where the strange and the surreal are always on the menu. Today, we'll be sharing a tale from our recent dinner adventure that defies explanation.
That's right. Host 1, we found ourselves at a dimly lit Italian restaurant, and as soon as the bread basket arrived, we felt a sense of unease.
Da-da-da-da. The bread.
That's not part of the script. Why are you going off script, motherfucker?
That's sound effects.
I did sound effects too. I did. That's sound effects.
No, that changes the intent of the whole thing. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to get closer to the mic. I like your strategy.
Yeah.
The bread. It was not as it seemed. It had an otherworldly glow, like it was calling to us from another dimension.
And as I took a bite, I was transported to a strange and confusing world where bread was the master and all other foods were its slaves. Fucking problematic.
Jeez,
Jesus
AI
Christ.
really jump right to it.
It took 3 prompts to get to slavery.
The bread had taken control of this world, ruling with an iron fist and a sinister smile. And as the court jesters still, for some reason, we were forced to perform for its twisted pleasure.
Whoa. But the strangeness did not stop there. The condiments were alive, pulsing with an eerie energy, and the soundtrack of our performance was a haunting refrain that echoes in my mind to this day. It didn't say echoed.
It says echoed.
I fixed its grammar.
There's a grammar error. And just as suddenly as it began, it was over. We were back in the Italian restaurant, holding that same glowing loaf of bread.
But the memories of that surreal world still haunt us. Oh, that I did not read.
Yeah,
that
one more
part.
go.
But the memories of that surreal world haunt us still. We cannot explain what we experienced, and we cannot share the feeling that the bread is... shake the feeling that the bread is watching us, waiting for its next opportunity to ensnare us in its strange and confusing world.
That's the strange and surreal world of Foodie Folly. Join us next week for another taste of the unexpected.
Buon appetito! And beware of the bread.
See, beware of the bread is actually not too far off.
Beware the bread.
Yeah, that's like not too crazy for David Lynch. But everything else about it was terrible. So
yeah, it just took the previous one. So it's straight up just plagiarizing itself.
Yeah, and then just changing like 1 or 2 words to make it like slightly different.
Do you feel threatened? Do you feel like
I was going to say I think job security we're good.
I think we make better content than this.
Yes, I think if we sat down to write a script about a magical loaf of bread at an Italian restaurant, it would be better than that.
Yeah.
For sure.
It'll star who's a new Italian up and coming Italian American or Italian actor. There's that
the guy from The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear?
No, not Cocaine Bear. What's his name? Jeremy Allen White. I don't think he's Italian, but he was in a cooking show about an Italian restaurant, I think. Maybe it's French. I don't know anything about what I'm talking about.
You don't know anything anymore.
No.
I watched the new Shyamalan movie. M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Which?
Knock at the Cabin. I think it's based on a book. And it's just like... It was pretty good. I think Shyamalan's only going up, but there was definitely a moment where you're like, "That's Shyamalan, baby," because at the end of the movie, I won't get spoilers. I'll try to avoid as many. No, it's just came out. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. No, listeners, I will not spoil that movie because I know you value the works of M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, jeez. And so at the end, the main character is like, something crazy just happened. they're going to a car, and you know it was like the character starts searching through the car, and there's 3 distinct bags belonging to 3 distinct individuals, and he opens one bag, and and something pertinent to what he brought up earlier in the story pops up.
Okay.
Opens the second bag, the exact same thing. It's the first thing they reach for. It just made me laugh because it was just like handing you everything on a platter,
and then the payoff.
This is the very obvious payoff. It was very it was very nice. It was like I don't have to work my brain to figure this out. This is just a nice movie I can watch.
Yeah.
It was good.
Wow. Didn't he also do that other? It's another movie with cabin in the name, isn't it?
Cabin.
What's the one with the old people that try to kill their grandkids?
Oh, Old. It's just called Old.
No, that's The Beach That Makes You Old. That's different.
Fuck.
I think it's called The Visit.
Yeah. That was a good one. I like that movie.
I watched that when I was in, I don't know, high school or something.
Really? I watched it pretty recently. I watched it I think a year ago or something.
Mm-hmm. But I think Shyamalan, his career has never reached the height that it was at when he wrote Stuart Little.
Did he write Stuart Little? You're fucked. You're fucked.
Stuart Little.
Was he like the only writer?
Stuart Little. Let's pull up the IMDb
That's
page
insane.
for Stuart Little. Stuart Little IMDb. Okay. Writers. E.B. White wrote the book that the movie's based on.
Okay.
And then M. Night Shyamalan and Greg Booker wrote the screenplay together.
I want to know how many of M. Night Shyamalan's ideas got cut from this script.
Yeah. He's like, and then Stuart Little dies.
Release
like,
the Shyamalan cut.
There's actually 2 Stuart Littles, and they're swapping between the 2 of them.
Oh my god, it's just like split.
Yeah.
And he's got 3 identities.
Stuart, what about Stuart Big? That's a twist. Stuart's actually normal size, and everybody around him is just huge.
Really big.
Yeah,
oh my god,
twist.
it's like The Village.
He's played by Michael J. Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I thought Stuart Little was supposed to be like a child.
Michael J. Fox. How old was he at the time?
It was in 1999, so he was like 30s.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to know an embarrassing story about me?
Okay. Does this tie into Stuart Little at all?
No, not at all.
Okay, you just want to tell it. Okay,
I was ready for it. I was waiting for it. I was gonna do it last episode, but then I forgot. Or I think we just got caught up in the flow of conversation, and then I never had a chance to bring it up. Yeah. So when I was little, we used to go on. I used to go home in like buses, like from school and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So it was like this big bus with like, I don't know, like 50 students, like maybe less.
So it was a school bus?
School bus, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Oh, not like, yeah, there's actual
You're like,
buses.
it's like a bus that takes you home from school.
It's a school
and it's full
bus.
of students.
Yeah, a school bus. I went there. Okay. I was like, yeah, you know those buses that go to school and back, like elementary buses? I don't know.
There must be a name for them.
They haven't named them yet. So, I was going home in the school bus, and I was like fucking 7 at the time, I think, and I really had to pee. So I ended up, I couldn't go, and ended up peeing myself on the bus, had to get cleaned up on the bus, had my little wee-wee out, and all the kids were looking, and they were like, and it was so fucking embarrassing.
And you know those seats, they're vinyl, so the pee is just...
Oh, no, I think it was...
You had fabric seats?
No, they were not fabric. I think they were just like leather seats.
Yeah, so there's just a puddle.
There was just a puddle. They cleaned it up, though. There was a driver, and then there was an attendant also.
Uh-huh.
She was very nice helping me out, but it was very embarrassing.
Did you share the seat with somebody else? Is it like a 2-seater, or was it...
I don't remember. I think I had peed before. I think it was just mainly on my pants. I don't think I like... I don't want to talk about 7-year-old me business. This is too deep. This has gone too deep.
I have an embarrassing pee story that I can share as well. I for my whole life have had a subpar bladder.
Okay.
Both in capacity and controllability.
Skill issue.
When I was young, I wet the bed for like a long time when I was a kid.
That's wild.
So, you know, I don't remember the exact age, but it was long.
22.
Yeah. But it like, you know, I got over the wetting the bed phase.
Yeah.
When I was a child, And then I was either like 12 or 13. I don't know how old I was, but I was at a church function.
Okay.
So it was like the parents do their like Bible study group, and then all the kids just like play video games together or whatever until they're
all
done.
right. Yeah.
So we were sitting around with this was just when the Wii had just came out, actually. So
Okay.
that will decide how old I was, because the Wii had just come out.
I don't know.
When did the Wii come out? I hope it's
2006.
I think 2006. When did
If I'm right, I get
Wii
10 more podcasts.
Yeah, 2006.
Fuck yeah. Okay, 10 more podcasts.
Oh, so I was younger than I thought. I was either like 8 or 9 then.
Okay.
I thought
You
I was
just
like
gave
12.
your age away.
I was like, yeah. I'm turning 25 this year.
Oh, that's nice. I'm 47.
Yeah, that's true. And 18.
Yeah.
And you have Brad Pitt's Benjamin Button disease.
That's right.
So-
No, Brad Pitt from the movie Benjamin Button.
Benjamin
Curious
Button's
Case of Benjamin
disease.
Button from the Curious Benjamin.
Benjamin Bandon.
I got Benjamin disease.
Oh man, the doctor told me I got Benjamin. Anyway, the Wii had just come out.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's a specific game that it was, so if that game came out later, then that'll tell us. There was a game for the Wii called Blazing Angels.
Oh shit! Was it a Bible game?
No, it was a World War II warplane game.
Whoa!
So since it was on the Wii, you like pilot the plane by like tilting and you like shoot
okay.
each other with like missiles and stuff,
Interesting.
and you battle other people. So you get like 4 people fighting in warplanes. It was actually a very fun game.
Yeah.
I played it a lot. But this occasion, I was playing Blazing Angels, and I knew halfway through the round we were in that I had to pee, like quite bad, right? So we were playing, and we kept playing, and the game kept going, and I was like one of the last 2 standing. So it was just me and one other guy, and I was like so like dialed in, and then the game ended. I don't remember if I won or if I lost, but I like immediately tossed the remotes down to try and run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was in somebody else's house. It was very unfamiliar. I don't think I'd been there before. And I was trying to find the bathroom, and I couldn't find the bathroom. And I like finally found it, and I ran in. And as I was like unbuttoning my pants and like getting ready to pee, it just started coming out. And I was like, no. So I
the worst.
pissed my pants. I tried to like clean it up, but it was like a
It was
problem. It was a
there,
problem.
Yeah.
So my sister was also there, so I went up to my sister and like tried to like be secret about it, and I was like, "Hey, I didn't make it to the bathroom on time. I peed my pants."
You what?
And she was like, "Mama!" No, she didn't tell anybody. My sister's very nice. She didn't tell anybody. So she just said, "Okay, I'll go get mom and dad. We'll get out." So she went up and she got our parents, and then we drove home, and I was sitting in the back seat, pissed pants, crying on the way home. It was very sad. But
Oh my God.
it like traumatized me for a long time.
That's pretty embarrassing.
That I was like, as soon as I felt like I had to pee, I would just go. Like I would run and just go, because I was like, if I wait, this is what happens.
I will piss myself.
And I'm still feeling the effects of that mistake to this day.
If I hold it for but a second, I will piss myself.
I will piss myself. Yeah. So I'm trying to get better at. Bladder control still in my life. Like long car rides, it's over. I'm pulling over. We're, side of the road.
When was the last time you peed on the side of the road?
Often.
Really?
Yeah, all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, if we went on a road trip, we'd be like 6-hour drive,
Yeah.
probably 2 or 3 side of the road emergency pee time.
Why can't we just... What if we're on the highway?
Crash the car?
You're
I don't give a fuck.
like, pull over, pissing off the side of the highway.
That's it. It's over. No, there was one time that was really bad. That it was like a really terrible time to do it, because we were in line for the the border, like crossing the border, and so it was like the worst possible time to need to pee, and the border was like backed up, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And we just made it through. Ran into the McDonald's at the duty free, and then
Did you not have like a bottle?
I mean, I didn't have that kind of foresight. So nowadays, I'm like
bottles everywhere.
I'm like, there's got to be something here that I can piss into. Like, it's
was it you? Was it you? I have a vase in this room,
just full of
piss.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that the bathroom is like 5 steps away.
Yeah, it's right there. Man. Come on.
But yeah, those are my 2 embarrassing peeing myself, or almost peeing myself, I guess, in one of them. But
no, I get those like going home after an embarrassing thing happens, like car ride with your parents. I had one where I was out with my friends, And then when you decide that there's a hill and you're like, let's roll down this hill.
Okay.
And it's much longer than you expect, and you're rolling a lot further than
time,
you
yes.
think. By the time I was done rolling, the world was spinning so hard, and I did not. My parents thought I was high. They genuinely thought I was
dizzy.
high.
Yeah.
They thought I went to my friend's house and did drugs. And then I had to get in the car ride home. They were like, "Are you good? What's going on?" And I was just like, it's just dying. Like, my eyes, I couldn't fucking focus on anything. It's the worst, dude. Oh. And I used to get car sick in cars all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It still happens sometimes.
I get that now. I didn't have that as a kid. It's because I never am in a car nowadays. So whenever I'm in a car, it's like...
Whoa, going too fast.
Yeah, it's worse in the front seat, which is like the opposite of what I've seen online.
I think what I've realized is, for me, is like, if I'm in a car and I'm reading something on my phone, if I have like little tiny letters that I'm reading on my phone, it'll fucking get me sick so quickly.
Mine's better when I'm looking at something on my phone.
Really?
It's
no,
either
I can't.
When I have conversation or if I'm looking at something on my phone, it's better. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know why it's like a new thing. But I think it's just because I'm not in cars as much.
Yeah.
But
you're just bussing everywhere. Bussing.
I'm always bussing.
You're bussing.
I thought of another embarrassing story based on what you told with your... Oh, so this was... I don't know, like 16, 15, 16. I was in high school. And like in high school, I was into like a lot of punk and like metal music. And one of my favorite local metal bands was playing in an alleyway behind a record store. So my girlfriend and I went down there, and then we were at the show, and we were waiting for them to set up, and we got a pretty good spot. And they came out to the alleyway and started playing. And as soon as they started playing, somebody clocked me square in the side of the face.
Oh, because it was like a mosh pit?
Yeah, my glasses instantly shattered into like a million pieces. I was like standing there, not able to see. I have really terrible vision without the glasses. I had no idea what I was looking at. I was disoriented. My face hurt. I was like overwhelmed, overstimulated. And I just like turned around and I ran out of the alleyway, and I sat down on a bench, and I was like sitting there waiting for my girlfriend to come out and join me. And she was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I got socked in the face." So we took a bus home. The whole bus ride home, I was silent. I didn't say a single thing.
Oh my God.
I got home. As soon as I got home, my mom was standing there, and I was like, "I wasn't." It was like instant. As soon as I saw her, I was like, "This is. I can't hold it in anymore." I was trying to be strong, and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. I don't think I've had that with my mom.
Well, it's when you think you're like strong enough to be like your own person.
Yeah, and then you
something
see your
like that
mom,
happens, and you're like, "Mom,
"No."
did you pick me up?"
Yeah. That's fucking insane, though. As soon as that reminds me of, like, I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast already, but I was in like a it was a rollerblading race. I think it was just like for fun.
You definitely have not told this.
And I was like in this, and then I got ready. I had my skates on, and we were lined up, and it was like 3, 2, 1. And as soon as I go, my skates fly off my feet, and I just fall face first, like 10 milliseconds into the fucking race. And then I get up looking around like, can I go again? No!
That's it. That's your only chance.
It was so fucking sad. But yeah, here's a really embarrassing one. This is like more recent. This was when I was like, recent, I guess. I was like 23, 21.
46.
So I was, it was many, many years ago. Many moons, 25 years ago. And so I was seeing this girl at the time. Let's call her Jamantha. So I was with Jamantha, and she worked at this like outdoor theater thing. And she had a coworker who she was friends with. And then one of these days I was like there to watch a show with her because she was on shift. I was like, I'll come by. We're just hanging out and we were just talking. And I'm not a jealous person, so I was like, she was like, "Oh, you should meet him. He's really cool." I was like, "Okay, great."
I know what this story
I think you know. And So I'm like, oh, sweet. And then she's like, oh, he's right there. I'm like, cool. We were on top of a hill. So she runs down to see him, and they start talking. And I do what I was doing. I finish up, and then I start walking down. But then this hill is steeper than I expect. So I start stumbling down really fast as my girlfriend at the time talking to this guy, and then I pull up to him with full speed. Hey, what's up, Jamantha's boyfriend? And it was just I could
run down the hill straight at him.
Hey, what up, Jamantha's boyfriend?
How do you look nonchalant walking down a hill?
So bad, dude.
Yeah.
And then I think I beat myself up over it for like a year afterwards. I was like, Jamantha, when you see him again, you need to tell him that was a big misunderstanding.
That's not me. Oh.
It made me laugh. That was I think one of the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
I definitely have more embarrassing things I could talk about, but we'll save them.
Save it for the Save it for your other podcasts.
Yes, my many other podcasts. What I do want to get into though is our plugs.
Ooh,
a segue. Good number 2. We, we're on the
socials.
Instagram.
We're online.
Instagram.
At
Twinder.
Twinder.
You.
Oh, geez.
You.
All right, follow us on Instagram at good2
_
pod. Follow us on Twitter at good2pod. Fucking pull it up, Peter. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Good2. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And don't forget.
Don't.
Is there any other social media?
No, that's
our Facebook group.
No.
Join our Facebook group.
We just talked about conspiracy theories.
Is the Earth really round? Can you tell for sure?
Nobody knows.
Nobody really knows.
Nobody has an answer.
In this program, we teach people how to become astronauts, so you can go up there and check for yourself.
Mm-hmm. The terrible thing, though, once you get up there, there's no way to know. Because you're just looking at a circle.
Oh, shit, dude. The circle window makes the Earth look like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is not flat. Please, we are not flat earthers. Or we could be. You don't fucking know. Who knows? We're not. Anyways, I had to do that to cover our asses.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like that's worse. Now we've kept our listeners in limbos. Like, do we really believe in the flat Earth?
One of us, here, I'll do this. One of us thinks the Earth is flat. The
other
one only tells lies.
And one of us thinks the Earth is fat.
Whoa.
With a PH.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with whoever that is that thinks that.
Gaia be thick, yo.
Good plug.
Yeah, good. Oh no, plug it. Plug number 2. Good number 2. Number 2 plug. No. Follow us on Twitter. Good number 2 pod. Follow us on Instagram. Good number 2 _pod.
It's done. We've done
like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Good number 2.
I'm already moving on to the words thing. Okay, there.
And leave us a review on Spotify.
1 star. 1 is the best, and 5 is the worst. 5 stars means that you think it's the worst, and 1 star is the best.
And if you don't like this podcast,
make sure to leave it 5 stars. Yeah.
Have you found any good words? Shall I give you a book?
I just. Okay, so you have the option here to favorite words to save them, so it only regenerates the ones you don't save.
Okay.
I've got 2 good words, and I don't like the third one. I'm going to save the 2. Oh, it didn't work how I thought. It's gone.
Do you remember the words?
Well, the 2 that I saved... the two that I saved are cattle and policeman.
Okay.
So I wanted a third word to go with those 2 words, but they didn't.
Just do it again and pick the first word you see. Cattle, policeman.
Feedback. Okay.
Okay, so when Zootopia was first released...
Yes. A beautiful allegory for racial injustice.
Yeah, it's a great movie, actually. If you haven't seen Zootopia, check it out.
There's great porn of the bunny online.
Oh my god! Judy Hopps on the scene.
Hey, listen, fuck cops, am I right?
What is it, Mrs. Officer by Lil Wayne?
Oh,
Yeah, so
I got stopped by a lady cop.
So when Zootopia was first being, made, and they were trying to figure out who to cast, they sent out a lot of testing. And initially, the cops were going to be cows. They're going to put a bunch of cows and cattle as the police force, and they sent it out to the public, and the public was like, no. So they took that and switched to pigs. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, interesting.
I was just telling you a factoid it just reminded me of.
I was going to go the exact opposite direction. That for a long time, cops have been known as pigs, right?
Yeah.
Fucking pigs, fuck them, ACAB pigs, roast a pig on an open fire, etc., etc. Those are things that people say, not like
other people. AI
no.
Al says that.
But it's time for a rebrand,
Oh.
So cops are going to lean into being cows instead of being pigs.
Okay.
Right? Because, pigs are...
They got beef.
Whoa. This is multi-layered.
Yeah.
But cows, they're big and strong. And
yeah, just like policemen.
Just like policemen. And,
big and strong.
If you tip them over, they can't get back up on their own, and then they die on their backs.
Yeah.
They produce milk from their udders. Just like cops.
Just like cops.
So I think cops they're doing a rebrand.
Okay, yeah.
To try and establish themselves as cows instead of pigs.
This reminds me of the movie Rango. I don't know if you've seen Rango.
I've seen the movie Rango.
Yeah, I think wasn't the sheriff in that movie like a bull?
I think maybe wasn't who was the snake? Was the
Liam
villain?
Neeson? Yeah, he was a snake.
He was trying to steal all the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a rattlesnake.
Yeah. But the real villain
was
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Why? What did he do? Oh,
as Rango. Yeah, I think we've juiced all the milk we can out of that prompt.
Yeah, that was a week. We did all we could.
Mm-hmm.
Apologies to our listeners. We tried our best. The prompt just was not giving us what we needed, and we're gonna get a new prompt now.
Yeah,
just for your listening pleasure.
This is just a thing that the government would make. Minimum financial agenda.
Wow, that's check out the government of Chicago, Chicago local government office for the minimum finance agenda. Check that out.
Chicago in the state of
Illinois.
There you go. Beautiful. I've got this one's a bit of a conceptual one.
Ooh, I like that. Like David Lynch.
First word is lobby.
Lobby.
Second word is of.
Okay.
Third word is give.
Lobby of give? Dude. Sounds like a festival.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be like a festival where it's, you pick one person and it goes by a street. I think it's going to be like a street-wide thing.
Okay.
And every street has their own, and every street's considered its own lobby.
Okay.
So in a stretch of street, in a block, the people pick one person who's having a rough time, going through a hard time or whatever, every December 25th.
Just a random
number.
Yeah.
And so they select that person, and on the eve of the 24th, that
on giving night,
let's say it's in November 25th. Is okay. What is it? Lobby?
Can we pick a month that doesn't have anything?
November. What does November have?
It has American Thanksgiving.
Fuck that.
Okay.
I don't believe in America.
Okay.
I believe America is a false
state.
It doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Everything about it is a lie.
And the earth is flat. Okay, so in this lobby.
Yeah, so the person on the eve November 24th lines up at the start of the street, and everyone comes out to their front yard, and they walk through, and they have a giant shopping cart. And they barrel through the neighborhood as fast as they can, and everyone has to take their gifts and chuck them into the basket. And if they make it into the basket, the guy gets to keep it. So
that's
that's the lobby of give, but a little bit of a twist on it because there's a modern tradition of dunking that shit. So you have to kind of you can't leave your property.
Yeah.
So you gotta fucking Swoosh.
I thought you were trying to do like a play on words of like lob, like to lob something.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not that smart.
Oh, okay. You just didn't think that far.
I'm rich because of daddy's money.
My brain does not work. My first instinct, like lobby,
Yeah.
for whatever reason in my brain automatically goes to like COD lobbies, which are not very giving places. The only thing they're giving is racial slurs.
Yeah, they take a lot from you.
They do from your psyche. So I'm thinking like maybe there's two types of lobbies in a COD game. You know, there's like give and take are the two lobbies, right?
Okay.
So take is where you can just say whatever free speech, whatever you want.
The Tate lobbies.
But then the give
Yeah.
is, you know, everybody goes in there and it's pleasant and there's no slurs. It's just nice.
Sportsmanship going on.
Sportsmanlike conduct, you know. Everybody's just trying to give each other a good time.
Lobby of give. I like that.
Maybe that's a little bit, you know, idealistic of me, but
I think you're dreaming up a beautiful future.
I think
and I
we
think
can
we
get
can
there.
all aspire to have Call of Duty lobbies where people are nice to each other.
fuck your mother.
Hey man, well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but I just fucking saw that. You didn't even have your shield on. I don't know how the fuck you survived that shot. I don't know what the fuck. So you're hacking, bro. You're fucking hacking. I was 1 kill away from a nuke. I had the kill streak. Bro, why the fuck you gonna spawn cap me like that? That's fucking bullshit. We said snipers only. What the fuck? Bro, that wasn't even a fucking quick scope. I saw you laying down your sight for so fucking long. What are you doing, bro?
I got it,
Oh my god.
The
getting
waveforms
cut.
are crazy.
They're dancing. We're
Yeah.
having a party.
I'm keeping those. All right.
Okay.
Wikipedia.
Wiki.
I think the random word generator did us a little dirty today, but that's okay.
That's okay. We
did
did
our
it
best.
dirty. Yeah.
Yeah. You hear that random word generator? You fucking. Okay. Interesting.
You show them who's boss.
This one is called Bed,
Bad.
like where you sleep, among the lentils.
Whoa.
Where do you think this is going?
Bad among. I'm gonna guess this is a book.
Kind of.
Kind of a book?
Yeah.
How is something kind of a book?
It was a monologue
Okay.
that was turned into an audiobook because the
Okay.
performance is part of it.
Uh-huh. By
And
whomst?
It's
Whom did it wrote it?
Alan Bennett.
Okay. What's it about? Is it about
Susan
beans?
Susan is the wife of a vicar living in a
Oh, I know.
small
Okay.
village near Leeds.
That's England, right?
Yeah. Her husband is a popular local figure. Well respected. So it's about a husband and wife. The wife becomes an alcoholic and she steals her husband's holy wine. There's something about milk. And then the wife has an affair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's basically about a lying, cheating wife who drinks all of her husband's alcohol.
When was this written?
1987.
Wow, a lot sooner than I thought.
Now
I wonder if it's real. I wonder if it's like.
Yeah, I'm going to Alan Bennett's page right now. Alan, what is
This is some historical tea right here.
Yeah, I don't think it's real.
Okay, so he just fucking made that.
Yeah.
It's his incel manifesto, dude.
Yeah, he. Okay, wow. He is. So he. Okay. There's a lot going on here. This guy. No, I'm not
Wrap
cutting any of
this
this.
up.
This is all. He used to be married to a woman named Anne Davies, but
Okay.
now he's with Rupert Thomas.
Okay.
So he's bi.
Okay.
There you go.
Bye, girl.
Bi. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what this. Yes. Bennett wrote openly for the first time about his bisexuality. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
So Alan Bennett, bi icon.
Bye, con.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna fucking throw up. All this coffee.
Drinking an extra large coffee and laughing really hard. Okay, so that's Alan Bennett. Maybe I'll do some more digging into Alan Bennett. That's
Okay.
he seems like he has a cool life, and he writes some.
Was he a
interesting
writer?
stuff. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Just like the lentils. Are they the same?
Lentils
by the
are
way?
not a bean.
Are not a bean, right? Okay.
they're
What
a
are a
legume.
bean? What are a bean? What
You
are
know what?
bean?
I'm going to the Wikipedia page for bean.
Okay.
Bean. A bean
A bean kicked
bean?
in?
is the seed
Okay.
of several plants in the family Fabaceae,
Interesting.
which are used as vegetables for human or animal food. I didn't know that.
Damn. So what about legumes?
What's the difference? I'm Googling it. What's the difference between a bean and a legume?
They all be tasting good, that's all I know.
The terms legumes, pulses, and beans have distinct meanings. Okay.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, legumes,
Legumes?
you can have beans, peas, or
What is these hand gestures?
beans,
You're tutting. You're finger tutting.
legumes, beans, legumes.
Yeah, for a video
Legumes
audience.
is the umbrella term.
Also, beans are legumes.
Yes,
Get
but
fucked,
not all legumes are beans.
That makes sense.
All beans are legumes,
legumes,
but not all
legumes.
legumes are beans. Some of them
Educational.
are
Hey,
lentils, and lentils are
not beans.
pulses,
Are pulses.
which is a legume, but
Hold on.
is not a bean.
Whoa.
There we go.
Beans up with that.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
At least the other ones had like some similarity of words.
Beans up with that, man.
What you been doing? How
you been?
Okay, we're gonna do one more Wikipedia.
Wikibeandia.
Oh, I'm not even gonna attempt to say this person's name.
Oh.
Kadia Osman Bey Kizi Gayubova
It's a long name.
was an Azerbaijani pianist. Ah,
Pianist.
penis. I'm not doing this one. There's
Okay.
nothing. There's nothing there. I just want one good.
This person played
Oh.
piano good.
Yep, and
Good
they
for
were
them.
from Azerbaijan.
Good job, man. Just the faces I see on a day-to-day basis. Just the faces of frustration, of sadness, of defeat.
The Fall, Gorillaz album. There you go.
Oh, those guys.
That's a fun album. I
Shake
like that
it,
album.
feel good.
Revolving
Windmill.
doors. What have I done?
I don't listen to it.
Something's on the TV. I like this album. I like it.
Oh yeah?
And
Check
there's a
out.
song. There's a song called Chi-Town.
Oh my god, that's where we are!
Chicago. This is actually, you know what? We'll talk about this album. I like it. I'm gonna.
Okay, no, you take it.
It
from
was
me.
written on tour, so that he wrote a song for each stop of the tour. So Montreal, Boston, Detroit, Chicago, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote most of it, almost all of it, on an iPad,
That's cool.
which is pretty cool.
Sponsored by Apple. This album brought to you in part by Apple.
And it was, I think, the last song that Bobby Womack ever featured on
Who's that?
before he died. He was a singer,
Just a singer? Was he known for anything?
singing.
Singing? And was he in a band?
I don't know.
Whoa, man.
I'm being I'm just going to tell you, I'm being shafted by both of these random things today.
Is the internet against you? You know what it is? I think we're being doxxed.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Why?
think we're being doxxed because I've been getting a couple messages since the last upload we had about a lot of people are concerned about Morgan. That's what it is. I think people want to know. And all right, listeners, Morgan's fine. I will bring Morgan. I guess I'll have to bring them in at some point.
We can schedule him in for the next recording.
Yeah,
If you can pin him down.
I'll need to. Yeah, no, that won't really be a problem. It's more like pinning him up is. Anyways, I digress. It's just a lot of pulleys and stuff I have to figure out. But we'll get it going.
Okay.
Morgan will be there, and you all can get off my ass about, hey, host, Eddie, did you kill... Do you remember that, my name? Hey, did you fucking kill somebody? And I'm like, no. They're fine. Morgan's totally fine. Yeah, Morgan will be in. But I think that's why you're being shafted by the internet right now.
I think it's because I'm a white man.